Taurus, hi. So this is going to be a reading for July 20th through the 26th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Taurus. Tail in the way. Don't give a shit, do you? The overall energy for the reading, the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, this is a very strong energy of self-care, so I'm guessing you're doing a lot of stuff for you. In the recent past, the Six of Wands, the Sun, the Eight of Swords. There's something here that makes you really, 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 really happy. The problem with it is that, you know, maybe 1 minute in, while you feel this happiness, this extreme sense of happiness, you start questioning it. So I don't know what the fuck happened then. But instead of allowing yourself to feel that, you know, the thoughts come in. Oh my God, why am I feeling this happy? What's wrong with this picture? Da, 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 da. You know. In the current situation, the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. Okay. Something shows up a little redundant here. While you're telling me, hey, this is a partnership I'm part of, you're also telling me, hey, I'm not part of it, too. So, the Five of Swords kind of shows up as, what? You know, like, it's redundant. I don't understand. Neither does the Five of Swords energy. So, yeah, we'll see what that is. In the immediate future, the Hermit, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. Okay. You're coming through with, you're very short today. You're like, I'm working on it. Okay. On what? On it. Okay. And then you're showing me an energy of connecting to someone. So maybe you're working on this current statement that is redundant. I don't know. Let's clarify. Let's see what's up. Excuse me. Hello. Yeah. Stretchy stretch. Okay. Now we go. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Alrighty. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Did he just wiggle his ass to get up there? Because that's a very short jump. Does he need to prep that way? I'm jumping now. Fucking adore these goofballs. For the Queen of Pentacles, you get the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the King of Wands. Yeah, there's another energy that's kind of standing on a cliffside there. You're kind of like, I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about it. Like, they represent happiness from what I can see, but in the middle of you and their energy, there's a little bit of, what should I do? Okay, so things are a little bit unclear, at least as far as you're concerned and where you stand, or if you want to stand anywhere. Okay. I may do the Six of Wands in the recent past, the Emperor, the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess. Oh my God, this felt freaking amazing to you, whatever this was, that brought you happiness. Like, all of your energy is in one place there, being ecstatic, being like, oh my freaking God, this feels out of this world amazing. Your intuition is there, kind of being like, yay. Your passion is there, your higher self is there, cheering you on, being like, yeah, fuck yeah, you got this, you know. So everything aligned for you back there. For the Sun, you get the Seven of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Three of Wands. Why? Whatever this was brought you a lot of happiness. The problem is, I think it scared you. You know, it was kind of like, I don't know, maybe you have a limiting belief somewhere telling you don't deserve happiness or something. Because I see you backing away immediately. The minute you feel this intense happiness and everything is in place and everything feels out of this world, you're like, nope, I need some time away from this. Whereas, usually most of us would be like, oh, fuck yeah, give it all. Like human nature, right? We experience happiness, we want it. Now, there's the other part of us that usually gets scared by that. Something that feels out of this world. What the fuck is going on here? So when that happens, we tend to run away from it. We tend to question it. We tend to, find something wrong with it, because there's definitely something up here. And you didn't do that first, but the instinctual moving away from it definitely happened initially. And that gave you plenty of space to throw in the mind in the game and start questioning everything. For the 8 of Swords, you get the Devil, the 6 of Cups, the 7 of Cups. Yeah, and your mind determined, yeah, there is something wrong with it. So I should walk away from it. Easy breezy. And when I look at the energies, it's like, you were right the first time. Allowing yourself to feel the feelings. Those were the right feelings. But then the mind created a whole different story about what was going on. And it portrayed everything in such a nasty picture that of course you were going to run away from it, right? And you did. Or at least you thought about it. Okay. Let me do the 3 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. And now you stand your ground. You're like, I made up my mind. While I feel some sort of a connection that I can't explain, and it is what it is, I'm still going to feel it. I'm separated from this connection, so I'm just going to stand my ground here. I'm going to keep myself separated from it. Okay, but you're not, energetically speaking. Physically speaking, yeah. If you decide, yeah, I'm going to stay away from it, you're going to stay away from it. For the 9 of Pentacles, you get the 5 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles. I get the sense that you're trying to, again, from the mind, figure out how this works. Like, what do you mean I'm still connected to it if I stepped away from it? What do you mean? Let's try to make sense of that. Well, energy is energy, and that's going to keep you connected to certain things, even if the mind says, no, I don't want to be connected to those things. Okay, that's a choice you're making. Does it go against the energy that's available? Sure. Do we do that on a daily basis, us as humans, most of us? Sure. Is it good for us? Now that's where you need to figure that one out for yourself. How good is that for you? You're basically going against yourself when you do that. You feel something in a direction, your mind decides against it, so you decide against what you feel, right? So right now you're in the middle of trying to figure all of that out, because you keep on, throwing in the mind here and saying, no, if I decide something, that's how it's going to be. Yeah, and I agree with that. The part in which you're going against what you truly feel and your own energies that you hold for something, that's where you need to figure out and make peace in your mind, if you need to use your mind for it, with the fact that maybe you are going against yourself, But again, that's up for you to figure out, and I feel like you're trying to. Let's do the 5 of Swords. You're gonna kick me. The Hierophant, the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. Again, energetically, you're connected to this. You can't just cut it off because the mind says, "Oh, okay, this is cut off." Awesome, yeah, that's working out. No, energetically speaking, you're still there, and you know it. Part of you knows it. You're just not allowing that part to come in and tell you the truth of what's happening. You're just allowing the truth of the mind, that the mind chooses over it. That's why it's all looking deceptive, because it's like you keep on trying to convince yourself of something that's not 100% truth. It's just 50% of the truth that the mind wants it to be. Whereas the energies at play tell a different story than the mind is trying to revealed to you. So this is a little bit of kind of creating a little bit of an inner conflict for you, in which I get the sense that you're trying to navigate through that and trying to find maybe a middle ground, hopefully, and not just let the mind take over completely to decide over what's going on here, because ultimately the energies are coming against yourself if you do decide to let your mind take over completely. And and ultimately it leads to a sense of, why would you let your mind do that? Isn't that a little bit controlling? I don't know. It's all these questions that you're potentially going through as you're trying to figure things out here. For the immediate future, for the Hermit, you get the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune. So you keep on bouncing back and forth here between the mind taking over completely and then diving really deep into the truth of what you feel internally. Because while you kind of exhaust yourself here, allowing the mind to take over and take charge of your life, you also sink into the truth of what is going on internally for you. At times, when you get tired of this game, you're kind of like, oh, I need a break. And when you do that, you actually allow your mind to take off, to go on a vacation somewhere. And when that's not in charge, then you align with the truth that lies within you. And I see you here connected fully with not only your energy, but the energy that's at play for everything that you're connected to. So you kind of play this game of back and forth between the mind and your heart. And it's kind of like, if you would try to find that balance between the two, in which both can function in a healthy way for you, you would be a-okay here, but for some reason you're going there first and then there, and then you keep on alternating. For the Seven of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the World card. All right, you're trying your hardest to complete a cycle here. I'm not sure if this is in regards to work or maybe even a profession or something you've done up until this point, in which you maybe want to put an end to that and try something else, or try the same thing but in a completely different way that's going to make it look like something else. I don't know, but you're trying to complete a cycle here. It's very hard though, because it's pretty instilled within you, whatever this is. So it's going to be very hard to make that switch, but you're trying to. Let me do the Three of Cups. You get the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Chariot. And while you're trying to figure that one out for yourself, I feel like you're surrounded by nice energy, or you're choosing the energy that's going to surround you at this moment in time. It's one of those where you're not just going to let anybody in your proximity. You're going to choose who to let in while you're going through this process of trying to close cycles, trying to be fair to yourself, maybe trying to find that balance between your mind and your heart there too. So you're working on it. It's work in progress. Cool. Let's see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Ten of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Star. Yeah, it's conflicting energies at play. Because again, while you seem connected to something energetically, like strongly connected to something, in the physical, you choose to cut that off completely. And while, of course, you can do that, again, we have our own choices to make. Is that beneficial to you, or is it detrimental? So you're kind of in the midst of trying to figure out how that works for you. If your mind tells you, hey, I'm done with this, and in the energetical, you're still feeling connected to that, it's kind of a contradiction in a way. So you're trying to either accept that that's just how it's going to go, or kind of trying to find a middle ground between the two, in which what you feel energetically can coexist with what you decide from your mind. But that's, again, only when you find that balance between your mind and your heart that's going to happen. So again, trying to figure all that out. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.